This is Heather Mack for Get Your Rock Out, and I'm here with members of Pythia. Hello.
Hello.
So do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Emily Alice from Pythia, and I'm the lead singer.
Hi, I'm Mark Harrington from Pythia. I'm the bass player.
So you're on tour with Atrocity and the headliner of Leaves Eyes. You've been covering the UK for third night tonight. How's it been going so far?
It's been amazing, actually. We've been having a great tour, and Leaves Eyes and Atrocity are very, very nice bands to tour with, and they've been treating us very well. So it's been a lot of fun so far.
Brilliant. So in November, December time, you hinted that the finishing touches to your new album were. How's that going? Are we any nearer to release date?
I mean, we're getting really, we're really close.
Very close.
Yeah, I mean, Pythia, we do take quite a long time to make albums, but that's because our albums are quite complicated, and
It's just getting it right and making sure it's going to, be the right sound, the right songs, and progress on from the previous
and
album.
be something enduring, because when you release an album, that's it, it's out there forever. So you want to make sure it's good and it's exactly what you're trying to do at that time musically. So we're really, really close. So I reckon it will be out late spring.
Oh, brilliant. Can you give us any insights into the sounding of the typical Pythian, or gone along a slightly different route?
I think it's us just improving what we do well already.
It's extending, I think, the sound from the previous album. It's kind of more of that, more so in every way, which I didn't think was possible, but I think it is.
Well, yeah, I think the thing is the more we make music and the more we understand our own musical identity, and I think that's what we're trying to do, is we're just trying to really put the stamp of this is a Pythia album and nobody could make this album except for us.
Brilliant. So obviously tonight with you you're supporting the Leaves Eyes and Atrocity, how do you decide on the track list? Because I've heard you're going to be playing some new songs. How do you balance deciding how many of the new songs with your older stuff?
Well, I mean, for this tour it's been quite unique because we've got some new members. We've got a new lead guitarist, Oz, who's great. And because we've been working on the new album, we just decided it might be a good idea to play some of the new stuff. And it's also, most of the reason that we do Pythia as a band and as band members is for the enjoyment of it.
Yeah.
So we decided we'd like to play some new material, so that's what we're doing. But obviously there's going to be a few of the old corkers in there as well.
How do you decide, because they're short to start, how do you decide which ones you're going to leave in and which ones you might have to just let go?
I think it's just trying to judge the crowd, and I suppose so. We're always hoping we're going to attract sort of existing fans who are going to want to come and see us again, but at the same time there will more hopefully be sort of people who have never heard us before. So we want to represent, I suppose, the strongest high point, and with a support slate it's a bit shorter, so we sort of identify the real high points and try and put the new material in that we think is going to work and we think people are going to really dig. So.
Wow. So you've been going about just over 6 years as a band now?
Yeah.
How do you find the metal scene in the UK? I mean, you guys are from London originally.
Yeah.
How do you find the metal scene in the UK in general?
It's quite tough, to be honest. I mean, I think for us, Europe is more welcoming for our kind of music, because I suppose there's more bands doing something sort of around in that same similar sort of genre, but in the UK it's pretty tough. But we're lucky, we've been invited on some really good tours with some great bands, so we played with Sonata Arctica at the beginning of last year as well. So we've been really lucky with what we've been invited to do. But I think it's really tough, and I think the UK press and UK fans, I think, really need to get behind the British metal scene, and this is where heavy metal was born, and it's part of our heritage, and I think we really need to support those homegrown acts.
Definitely. I mean, without sounding completely stalkerish now, I was looking obviously at the Pythia site and came across your Facebook and found that actually there are quite a few people on there that I know from other bands, from band called Triaxis. You got quite a few of them. Do you find that you get quite close knit with other bands that are in similar genre to you?
Obviously bands like Triaxis that we've played with quite a few times.
Yeah.
We've sort of ended up on the same kind of circuit, and we've met some really nice people. I think with Pythia we're a little bit slightly different than most of the other UK bands. I think we're a little bit heavier, a little faster, and maybe we have a bit more time to put into it as well, you know. So, you know, I'm very, very supportive of all our colleagues that are making music in this country in whatever genre. You know, music's so important exactly to our musical heritage. It's really important that everyone is, you know, free to express themselves.
So to a new band that were just starting out, you know, they've got their ideas together, they're putting things together. What ideas would you give them, or part of your experience?
I mean, my main thing would just say, you know, really concentrate on your songwriting. That's really where the root of all successful music comes from, and a good song will translate into any genre. You know, it can be country and western, it can be heavy metal. You know, and that's really, really important. You know, I think in heavy metal people can get very stuck on riffs and, you know, and all those sort of things, but actually, you know, riffs are really important in metal, but for me it's really about songwriting, and you've got to make sure you've got some really strong songs before you choose to put them out there into the world, you know.
I think the other thing as well is just the music industry's changed a lot over the last sort of 10 or 15 years, partly as a result of things like downloading, changes in technology, and I think bands just need to sort of be aware of that firstly, and be aware of it's probably not like, you know, you could be successful doing it yourself, and just to, you know, just to be kind of like sort of, I suppose, self-motivated, self-organised, to just get yourself out there with your good songs, and kind of, and you know.
Yeah, I mean, we've got our own.
Be clever about it.
We've got our own label in the UK, and we don't rely on any record companies
I didn't realise that.
Yeah, no, in the UK, I mean, we do have a deal in Europe, and we've released albums in Japan, but it's, you know, you can be self-sufficient, and you don't have to, you know, be reliant on trying to get a record deal these days, you know. And
it's hard work, but then you become your own boss, and I think there's a lot of benefits to that.
Yeah, so. Definitely. Yeah.
Do you find that helps producing, obviously being the independent side of it?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I've got the experience in the previous band of sort of, you know, being on the label, and there's a certain expectation, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just different. Obviously here, with us, as I say, kind of releasing our own albums, we release what we want. And obviously we've got that judgment, we've got the connection with the fans, and we can release what we feel is going to be the best record.
And you can say it's not ready yet.
Exactly, yeah, and you don't get forced into doing sort of like stupid artwork where, you know, you've got to have your arse out or something, you know, so, you know, you completely...
Yeah, I hate having to do that.
Yeah, I hate that. You have got a lovely arse, though, not...
I don't think people complain at seeing it.
Yeah, no, you know, it's having that freedom, you know, and that's really important for us as a band, because we have very clear ideas about the kind of music we want to make and the way we want to portray it, you know.
Oh, that's really good to hear. So, last one before we go. You've played Bloodstock, because I've heard a couple of times, and the Metal Female Voices Festival. Is there any festival that you'd love to, you know, be out there and play in?
Pretty much all of them. You know, we love playing shows and we love playing festivals, so we'd be happy to play anywhere, really.
It'd be obviously great to get to, you know, Wacken, that's the big one.
And
and obviously Download as well, because Download, again, British metal is so iconic. Obviously it's sponsors of Rock Donington. You know, but just, I mean, festival's just brilliant, you know, it's such a great experience.
I mean, I actually love playing Bloodstock, and it's been great that we've got to play there a couple of times. It's such a sort of pure festival, and so friendly, you know. I think it's great, you know, so it's been good fun playing there. But I mean, you know, I think as a band, there's a few acts that we would really like to go on the road with, you know. I think Blind Guardian's probably quite high on our list. Pretty much everyone in the band loves Blind Guardian, so if we could ever get on a tour with them, I think we could all die happy.
So there you go, Blind Guardian. I hope you're listening. Thank you very much. I really wish you luck for the rest of the tour with these guys and Trusty.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.